Hey everybody, you're watching the Mud Guy RC. I'm the Mud Guy.
I'm the Bear.
And we have a big show for you today.
Well, it's pretty big only because you can see...
We have the new set, yes.
We have the new set.
The new set. So this is...
The new darker.
The new darker.
We've gone to the dark side.
Yes, it's avant-garde. So it's the more mysterious set. So basically what my goal was, and you can take a look around here. And as
far as you can see.
As far as the... What we did was we blacked out everything. We tried to make everything as dark and as black as possible to try to hide the nastiness of the basement.
It's a basement.
It's a basement. It's cracked. It has cracks and spider webs and just mildew. And we just painted everything black. And I laminated the tabletop black here. And we actually turned the table the other way now, so we can put more stuff on it. And you guys can see RC cars and stuff like that.
You can see the RC cars and still see our faces.
Yep. So
because I always got blocked out. I don't know if you noticed that. I'm the one that always lost the shot.
Got blocked out by the RC.
Not the face. Me.
Yeah. So, and I know when we when we do our bench videos, this black, I will have a white, something white to put down here so you can actually see the work I'm doing. But yeah, our goal was to just kind of hide everything and highlight the things we want you to see with lighting. So we're going to experiment more with lighting, and we have more stuff to do on the shop as far as maybe, hanging little accents here and there and whatnot. But this is basically
so cute. Okay.
So this is basically how it's going to be. We have a black background, we have black shelves, and you can see some of our RCs here in the back now. And we have a black tabletop. So that's what we've been working on. And
not much RCing going on.
No. The kids are preferring sledding as opposed to RC right now.
As well they should.
Yeah, I mean we've had what, 3 or 4 little snowstorms in the past
and a couple of nice big ones.
And now it's really warm outside, which is freaky. But so there's not a whole lot of outside RC activity going on. So what I thought would be great timing right now is for a build series. So we got a project series coming up. This is going to be the next build. Now I know everybody's saying right away, "Oh, a Wraith! Everybody does a Wraith." But
what is it?
Wraith is this is
the first time I'm seeing this.
Yes, this is the first Axial kit we've.
What?
Axial. Axial is the company.
Oh.
Right here, Axial is the company. It's our first real scalar type, rock racer crawler type RC that we're gonna have. This is, it's something new to us, and basically this is gonna be for like hiking and trail videos and a little bit of rock crawling. Yeah, so I thought I'd get something specific. It was going to great sale. I couldn't pass it up. Lots of Cyber Monday stuff, so I bought it, and I figure I can bring you some cool videos over the winter. On the build series. Now, it's not going to be a 13-part build series like the SC 10.2, but I'd say at least 6 or 7. Maybe a few for the build, 1 for the body, 1 for the electronics, and then we'll show it running.
That thing has some serious shocks.
Yeah, yes, yeah. It's what this is, Bear. This is instead of independent suspension, this has 2 solid axles, so you get really crazy articulation when you're crawling over rocks and everything.
Wow.
Good. And I know everybody has
articulation.
a Wraith articulation. Everybody has a Wraith build, but this one I'm going to try to make my own, and it's my first build, so we'll try to do.
What's your first build?
Well, first build for this type of RC.
Okay.
So for an Axial.
Do you have to build that whole cage?
Yeah. It's all in pieces. I'm gonna have to. And we'll show you that. So
can we put lights on it?
Yeah.
Can we put real lights on it?
We can put. We can put lights on it.
Well, I liked that idea.
So some stuff is going to. Most of it is going to remain stock, but I am going to do a couple upgrades right off the bat. Just some things that I think I'm going to want to improve in the first place, and it will be easier to do during the build. But for the most part, it's going to be stock because I've never had a Wraith or any kind of truck like this, so I want to see what it's all about before I start upgrading things. So anyway, here's the Wraith. Look forward to that, and we'll try to get you some of the series. And I've been watching a lot of other channels and what they're doing with their Wraiths, and I got a lot of cool ideas. I've been getting influenced by a lot of different channels. So, but yeah, this one's going to be our own. This is going to be a Mud Guy build, so we'll do it my way, whatever that is. And I want to, like I said,
Great, now I have that song stuck in my head.
Do it my way. So for the most part, I want to, but yeah, I want to see how it drives and how it handles and what I need to improve before I actually upgrade without any kind of understanding about what kind of, driving I'm going to do with that. So anyway, so that's our build series. And look forward to that. What do we have next?
Well, do you want to do responses from last week?
Yeah. The question, we had the 2 questions. It's not last week. It was 2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago.
But we loved your responses. Bear, do you want to talk a little bit about some of the responses?
Well, for the most part, everybody understood where we were going with the question. And
great points of view, different points of view. It wasn't all the same, especially with the topic on spoiling kids. That was neat. Some guys had some really cool ideas from actually, you know, making Monkey earn all the money, or having him earn points for doing chores. Definitely working with him, and we're going to do some of that too over the winter. We're going to start showing Monkey some stuff on maintenance and cleaning and stuff like that. And maybe not, you know, the really
with the tires.
Yeah, the tires. I know. I don't know if you can see it. The tires. The trucks are dirty and they need to be cleaned. So we're going to have Monkey start working on that. But yes, the responses were awesome. And we're going to leave you guys with another question, just because we enjoyed reading your responses so much. And the other question was, is bashing boring? That was great too. A lot of guys were like, you know, there's no such thing as boring in RC. And some guys agreed. They said, well, bashing might be boring, but, you know, crawling is not boring. And I prefer kits, building kits and working on mods as opposed to driving RCs. So it wasn't just one universal answer. There was a whole lot of different, points of view in very wide spectrum of answers. So that was cool. That was cool. So before we leave, what else do we have? Oh, we're gonna ask you.
Question.
We're gonna ask you a question, and I guess that'll be the end of the show. The question for you guys on this show, and this is my most dreaded question that people ask me, and it's not a controversial question. It's just something that I take personally, and the question is, personally, and this is going to make everybody laugh because it's really not that big of a deal. But it's
very
like,
anticlimactic.
I'm new. This is the question that I get, and I'm going to ask you guys, and then I'll give you my point of view, and then Bear will give you her point of view. And the question is, I'm new to RC. What RC should I buy? And I'll tell you why that bothers the crap out of me. Is because don't let anybody. Let me
tell you why that bothers you.
Okay. Let me tell you. Bear will explain. So the question that I put out there is,
it's not why it bothers me. It's why it bothers you.
Yes.
It bothers you because it's so personal. It's such a personal question because it all depends, as we were talking about last week, on your goal.
And that's it. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So how can I tell you what your first RC should be? So I'll tell you my point of view on what your
your better response is, what's your goal?
What's your goal? And that's it. It's this is how I want to put it to you. Basically, you get whatever you want. And that's a big giant, answer there. I'm really sticking my neck out when I say it, but that's my point of view is buy what you want. If you go into a hobby store, or you look online or look in a catalog or something like that, and something just jumps out at you, the only real criteria I think you should have is part support. Part support. Yes, that's the only advice that I really want to give anybody. It's just, if you go to order something online, go into that company or Google or do something like parts for so and so RC car, and make sure that you can buy them. Because if you buy something you can't get parts for, then you're going to be upset.
You just wasted your money.
I don't believe in the.
You could MacGyver a lot of stuff, but
no. You want to have part support. You want to be able to get.
If it's your first one, you're not going to know how to MacGyver it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. And that's you are going to learn. And unless you first of all, if you want to get into the hobby and you buy the RC and you don't want to fix it, then you're not really into the hobby. So no matter what, you're
me.
Yeah. So you're gonna figure out your RC. If you buy let's say a two-wheel. Well, here we go. /2-wheel drive. This is what most people would say. This is what you should get for your first RC. It's ready to run, all that kind of jazz and whatever. Well, let me tell you, you buy this ready to run and you get a really slow battery charger. You'll want to go LiPo right away. Believe me, guys that say, should I get into LiPo or not? Yes, it took me forever. And once I did it, I was thinking, why did it take me forever?
It took him forever, but he wanted to do it right away.
Yes. And your motor's going to burn out pretty damn quick, even if you break it in. So yes, this would be somebody's stereotypical answer of what you should get as your first RC, a /2-wheel drive tractor. And I don't believe in that, because my first RC, when I first got back into this, my first modern RC was a /4x4, and I'm so glad that I bought a 4x4 as compared to a 2-wheel drive. And honestly, how much more complicated is a 4x4 than a 2-wheel drive? You think because there's an extra set of diffs or whatever, 2 extra diffs, that it's going to really throw you through that much of a loop that you're not going to be able to figure it out? But in the meantime, if you get a 4-wheel drive, you're going to have so much more fun driving it, because 4-wheel drives in most cases are more fun than 2-wheel drives. A little bit more expensive, you know, and that's another, maybe if I was going to give another suggestion out there is spend some money up front to get...
But it all depends on your goal.
Yeah, it all depends on what you want to do.
Because I think the Mugen would have been a wonderful first car.
But, well, yes.
If that had been your goal at the time.
The Mugen's a little bit more expensive. But it's not any more difficult to figure out. From what I feel. I mean, you know, I'm sure there's some RCs that are complicated and hard to work on, but you're either going to make it work or you're going to have a shelf queen. So that's why I say buy what you want. You know, buy what you think is cool. If you just want to go the route of, you know, crawling and stuff like that, get a crawler that you think is cool, you know, but just make sure that there's parts for it. So what do you think, Barry?
Well, and go right back to the beginning. It's personal. For me, I think what we got, Scooch, the Stampede, is a perfect
two-wheel
first RC. And it's got a little bit of height. It's got a little bit of, it's a little rugged. He can take it on the road. He can take it through the grass. He can take it on the track. He can't, I mean, he can hurt it, but...
Break it.
He can break it. He can break it.
Yeah. Well, why is
but it's got a lot of...
See, we can do this. We can do this now. This is cool about the new set. Why a Stampede two-wheel drive is cool is because, first of all, it's a little cheaper than a four-wheel drive. Now, you know... this is fine for Scooch. For somebody that's a little bit more mature, yeah, you're going to notice the difference between four-wheel drive and two-wheel drive. But why this is cool is because it has bigger tires and it has more ground clearance. So, you know, I would say a huge majority of the hobby takes place in somebody's backyard. So you want to get something that can drive on grass, right?
This goes anywhere.
Anywhere. It can drive out in the street. It can drive in snow. I mean, we've tried that already. But, yeah, so it's kind of a multi-purpose RC, and then from there you can say, oh, maybe I want something a little bit faster, and then you can get the Slash. You know what I mean? So there's no correct answer. That's why I say get what you want. If anybody comments in and they say, you know, Mud Guy, I'm new to this, tell me what to get. Don't give that decision to me. You know, don't give that to. This is going to be your first RC. It's going to be something you remember forever. So don't give that power to somebody else. And believe me, there is no right answer. It's what you want. It's what thrilled you when you went to the hobby store. You looked at, I looked at all these RC cars, but this one stuck out the most. You know, like the Rival. Look at that. Somebody would like this just for its massiveness. You know what I mean? And Rival has a good part support. So one thing that's cool about it, is it a more advanced RC? I don't think so. It's got really big parts and it's easy to work on. You know, it's not little teeny tiny things. It's big and it's massive and you know it. So why wouldn't the Rival be a good first RC card? A little bit more expensive. You know, it depends on where you're at with your wallet. You know, but I hate to say this because it kind of it ruins the hobby to some degree. But you have to spend some money. I mean, the RTR, the whole concept of an RTR, and then you're going to pay that money up front, and you're never going to have to pay any money again. That's just not reality. So you're going to get bit in the wallet a little bit. You have to kind of expect that. So what do you think? Did I cover it?
I think we did good.
Buy whatever you want and don't ask me.
Well, but tell us what you think.
Yes. Comment below. You know, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think what I said is stupid? And I can handle criticism. Just don't attack me or I'll block you out. But I got broad shoulders, so tell me what you think. You know, not just you don't have to agree with me, but that's my only point of view. Get what you want, get what you think is cool, and make sure it has part support. So that being said, I'm the Mud Guy.
I'm the Bear.
And take care. Look for our next video where we start working on the Wraith.